In 2019, our unit was deployed to Forward Relay Station 1 to be a classified U.S. military listening post buried deep in the northern Appalachians. Most people think these mountains are quiet, empty, peaceful. They aren't. Our station was designed to intercept deep frequency signals so low they didn't travel in the normal electromagnetic spectrum, stuff satellites couldn't hear, stuff that wasn't supposed to exist. Most of the time, we picked up harmless things: shifting tectonic plates, distant mining blasts, atmospheric pressure anomalies, routine. But that October, the station caught something different, a repeating pulse, low, slow, rhythmic, too structured to be natural. On the frequency charts, it formed the shape of a wave, but when played through audio output, it sounded like breathing, not human breathing, deeper, resonant, older something that inhaled like the earth itself. Our analysts traced its origin to a restricted valley 14 miles north, an area marked on ancient survey maps with a single warning: unstable. Nobody explained what that meant. We were a 6-man recon team, and we were ordered to investigate. The VAL it took us nearly 3 hours to reach the ridge. The deeper we went, the more the forest felt wrong, not dangerous, just aware. Birds didn't chirp. The insects were silent. Squirrels and deer rushed past USEs running in the opposite direction, fleeing the valley before nightfall. At half a mile in, our radios started glitching, not with statics, something worse, metallic whispers, like a voice pressed right against the mic. Too close, too wet. Corporal Hayes suddenly stopped and pointed at the trees. Their shadows were bending the wrong way. Not toward the sun, not toward our flashlights. They curved, unnaturally, toward a single direction deeper inside the woods. Private Knox muttered, "That's not physics." He was right. It WASN single quotes T. The ARCH at exactly 1900 hours, we found the source, a massive stone arch, standing alone in the forest like it had erupted out of the soil. Black rock, perfectly smooth, cold to the touch. That it wasn't built. It was grown, bent upward as if something underground had pushed it toward the surface, and something about it felt alive. The moment our lights hit it, the deep frequency pulse we'd been tracking suddenly sped up, becoming faster, stronger, like a heartbeat reacting to being touched. The ground vibrated beneath our boots. Our dog tags rattled. The air turned dense, almost liquid. Knox leaned closer and froze. "Guys, these aren't carvings." We looked where he pointed. The markings on the arch weren't symbols. They weren't writing. They looked like ribs, bone-like grooves expanding and contracting. Almost breathing. Almost breathing. All of it. Flashlights flickered out. NVGs turned to pure white static. Radios burst into metallic echoing voices, dozens of them speaking a language that felt like it scraped against the inside of our skulls. Then, the arch changed out. The space inside it darkened, not like a shadow, like a void, an absence of light that swallowed the glow around it. The SILUATTS, the trees surrounding us, bent inward. Branches cracked, but no sound came out. Only the pulse. Boom, boom, boom. Shapes formed inside the dark void. At first, they looked like soldiers, silhouettes of uniforms like ours, standing in silent formation, but their proportions were all wrong. Arms too long, legs bending backward at the knee, heads tilted at angles no human neck could manage. Knox whispered, "That's not us." One silhouette stepped forward, crossed the arch, but it didn't exit normally. It stretched first like liquid shadow being poured out of an invisible container, then snapped into a solid in shape when its foot hit the ground. We opened fire. Our bullets vanished on impact, swallowed into its torso like we were shooting into water. Behind us, the ground shifted. Trees trembled. Soil rose and fell. Something beneath the forest was waking up. The ESCAP. We retreated immediately as we sprinted through the valley. The pulse grew louder, each thud shaking leaves off branches, splitting bark, knocking small stones loose. Shadows elongated across the ground like hands reaching for our legs. The forest seemed to bend, changing shape to push us back toward the arch. Every few seconds, we heard footsteps behind us, imperfect footsteps, uneven, like something was trying to mimic how humans run. We didn't look back when we reached the ridge that marked the outer perimeter of Station 1 to be. Everything stopped. The pulse, the whispers, the vibration. Silence rushed in like cold air filling a vacuum. Even the wind returns, natural, ordinary, but none of this felt ordinary anymore. The cover-up. Next morning, a Black Ops team arrived. No insignia, no names, no conversation. They sealed the valley, posted guards, blocked every trail. We were forced to sign a report that read, "Geological interference event, psychological misperception due to airborne toxins." They told us the arch never existed, that we'd imagined the faces, that stress had distorted our senses. But at night, when everything is silent, I still hear that pulse. Low, deep, slow, calling from beneath the tree line. And sometimes, when I stare north, I see shadows standing where the arch used to be, silhouettes waiting for it to open again.